Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we got something in the mail. It is the AcroBee65 version 3 that is quite a mouthful, but I'm super excited about it and I'm excited to test it out. This thing can handle 2-cell, so I'm interested to stick on a adapter to run 2 1-cell batteries to see how it rips outside. But let's get straight into it. Let's get it out of the box. Let's go ahead and get straight to unboxing this thing. Get that foam off of there and check that version 3 AcroBee out. This thing looks awesome with all the clear plastic. I love how they did that. That looks super awesome. And then those gold motors, man, those look awesome. Those are 0802 18,000 kV NewBeeDrone motors. They are the Unibel style, so they are pretty much the newer motor of these here. They are the gold motor, so super excited about testing these out compared to the old ones. I'm sure they will perform awesome. One thing on NewBeeDrone website I thought was quite interesting. They said what's new about this version 3 AcroBee. I would prefer saying what's not new about this thing. I mean, the motors are changed, the flight controllers changed, all the big things on this little whoop are all changed. The camera I believe is the same as the old one, and then obviously same antenna, your VTX antenna, but the flight controller is the major improvement. This thing has 50% more range than the old one. If you're using FR Sky, if you're using Team Black Sheep, then obviously you'll have to solder on, which it's easier to solder onto this one. The pads are a little bit bigger, so that's pretty awesome if you're wanting to use the TBS receiver. Another thing that's upgraded on this flight controller that's in this little whoop compared to the old one, this one has 120 milliwatt output power, so that is insane. On a little whoop, I don't think you'll need much more. You should be able to go anywhere you want to go with 120 milliwatt on a little whoop. Most likely your battery's going to run out before you run out of video power, but super cool on that. And then one other thing is these antennas. The FR Sky receiver antennas are unpluggable. Right inside there you can unplug them and put a brand new one on. So if you ever chop those off, sometimes it's very annoying because you chop them off and then you don't get as much range, and that is super annoying if your flight controller is fine. On this one, just pop those off, stick a new one on, you will be all set to go. I think I've talked plenty about this little thing, so let's get straight into the flying now. This thing did fly pretty good. I was super excited about it. One thing I did notice, I tried to plug in 2 1-cell batteries, and I think I'm going to have to throw a different tune on this quad to do that because it wasn't flying quite right. I'm not sure what was wrong. I probably just need to tweak a couple things and I'm sure it will fly right. So all the flying you saw was on 1-cell battery. And so one thing I did find out is all my 1-cell batteries are very worn out because I haven't got any new ones since last year. So I think it's time I better buy some 1-cell batteries so I can fly this thing right. I don't know if you noticed, but when I was flying this thing, my battery light was kept blinking, blinking, blinking. That's because my batteries are all old. But it did fly really amazing. Does it fly a lot better than my Hummingbird? That's a good question. I'd have to fly them back to back to really see. And like another question would be, do these motors perform a lot better than non-Unibel 18,000 kV motors? And that's a great question also. I would have to fly them back to back to really see. I might do a comparison video in the future in between this one and my NewBeeDrone Hummingbird to see how much better it flies. I don't know, we'd have to really compare that. But one thing about this AcroBee version 3, that you don't get with like a Hummingbird is you get this flight controller. The flight controller is really the selling point on this AcroBee. The flight controller on this one, you could flip it over to 2-cell, it could handle it perfectly. On your Hummingbird, you aren't going to want to do that. You're going to blow something up. So this is a great option if you want to do upgrades in the future. You can always use this board and put it on a Savage Bee or stick 2-cell on one of these little things. One other thing before I forget, I wanted to mention, I said the solder pads or soldering pads were a little bit bigger to solder up your Nano RX. I was not thinking when I said that. There actually is a plug-in that you just plug in and then solder directly to your Nano RX, and it makes it super easy, just plug and play. So if you ever had to take it off, just unplug it and you don't have to do any soldering, which is awesome. So just wanted to clear that up. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments. And I have something coming very soon I'm excited about. Something else from NewBeeDrone that is new. So stay tuned. We'll see you guys next time.